Good morning, everyone. It's your girls from Obscure Orations here with your ethical question of the week. And this one is thought up by Dana herself because of the stuff going on Amazon. So I think, and Dana can correct me if I'm wrong, but the ethical question is basically going to be put thusly. Is it ethical for a company to essentially sell hate speech? Dana has feelings, many much feelings. And the floor is open to you, my dear.
No. No company should have the right to sell hate speech. I don't give a fuck who you are. So I've been seeing a lot. Okay. My husband buys off Amazon maybe 4 times a week.
Oh, yeah,
he's a big Amazon shopper. Amazon and Temu, his 2 favorite websites to visit. I like getting my vitamins from Amazon because they are on the cheaper end. If you put them on your monthly order, it reduces the price by like $7 a bottle. So
and worth it when you go through in a month.
Exactly. When I got to take 4 vitamin D pills a day.
Yep.
So I was setting up my vitamin D and my pre and probiotic when, you know how it says at the top of the Amazon screen, it'll be like, for you, or of interest, whatever. And it literally was a t-shirt that said, "Make America Great Again. Let Canada become the 51st state." I'm a fucking Canadian. Do you know how offensive that was to me?
I was just going to say,
I was on Amazon.ca, not Amazon.com.
That's exactly what I was just going to say, is that talk about not paying attention to your sales demographic. I don't know any Canadians who support this. Like, I literally just had the conversation with one of the girls at work last night where I said, this has to be the first time in history that our country has come together so solidly, and not just like normally most of us all do, except there's always the Quebecois, the French, who have tried to secede from the damn country multiple times, have always failed, thankfully.
It's Alberta's turn now.
But everyone has come together. Even the Quebec people, which are known as Quebecois, have actually sat there and gone, we are proud to be Canadian, which has made the rest of the country turn and go, what? You never once have you said that. In like 100+ years, never once have you said, you know what I'm proud to be? Part of this country. Oh my God, he's united our country.
Trump and his illusions of grandeur on thinking, and I say thinking because it's never going to fucking happen, on thinking that he is going to buy the country of Canada. Canada is a sovereign nation. You cannot purchase a sovereign nation. Go ahead and attack us, fucker. Go ahead, because all the other countries that are in NATO with us, they're going to come after you. They're going to join us and come after you. And that means...
Even China said they're coming back
armed
us.
forces if needed. Like... The man is a fucking turnip. I don't know how else to say it. He's a turnip. The things he says, and maybe they're just scare tactics. I don't know. But these tariffs, changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and I don't know if you heard this, Tay,
about
Super Bowl Sunday, so February 9th, he declared Gulf of America Day.
No, I hadn't heard about that, but I heard about, or at least I saw yesterday, I don't know if it's true because I haven't looked for myself, that Google Maps renamed it Gulf of America.
And they put in brackets Gulf of Mexico, yes. And the only thing I can think of is that somehow between Musk and Trump, they have gotten to the Google people.
Well, I mean, you figure that's probably another multi-million billion-dollar company there.
Oh yeah, the what are they, oligarchy?
Oh, oligopoly? That?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, the billionaire boys club, if you will.
yeah, something along those lines.
Buying Greenland, Denmark is like, the fuck you will.
Well, I mean, did you see the thing about him also saying that he was going to take over Gaza Strip, kick all the Palestinians out, and fill it with hotels and everything else like that? It's like, you cannot just you can't. That is not how this works. This is what actually unites the world. And let me make this clear. The world hates America. They always have, because they're full of themselves for this reason. Not that we hate all Americans, because there are a lot that, even for me, that I absolutely love. That, I mean, my friend Amy, I love her to pieces. Am I worried that she's in a country that's going to end up getting her killed if it goes into war? A little bit.
Yeah.
Will I happily house her here, or sign off, or do whatever would needed to be done for refugee status to come over? Hell yes. Would I want all of them? Hell no. The ones who voted him in, you stay over there. That's what you voted for. You elected that piece of shit. And now he's causing all of these problems and is encouraging all of the bad behaviors for everything going on. And I can't even, like, it's sad when you think about it, because it starts with the Nazi salute. Okay, Roman salute.
Roman salute.
And it's like, nope, never have they. Nope. That would make Hitler proud, though.
Have you seen the meme on Facebook and on TikTok going around right now, where it says time zones are wonderful things? It's 4:30 p.m. in Denmark, it's 4:30 a.m. in Australia, and it's 1930s Germany in the US.
I have not seen that one. That seems so accurate.
I literally hurt myself laughing yesterday when I saw it. I was like, oh my God. Oh. But we do have to get back to the whole hate speech on Amazon thing.
I don't know, that brought us back pretty damn good to it, just because. So what I was going to use that as a platform for launching back into, specifically to Amazon, is I get freedom of speech. I 100% do, because everyone's allowed and entitled to their opinion. However, you're not allowed to have set opinions when they encroach on someone else's rights. And that's when it becomes hate speech. You can have, like, say whatever you want at home. If you want to agree and say, yeah, we should be the 51st state, fine. You can keep it in your own home. However,
right,
when it's inciting warlike tactics and thinking, and to me, my thought would be, why would you want to go against, in Canada's case, the country that is the reason for the Geneva Conventions? Because when we go to war, we go dirty. And why would you want to stir up shit with Mexico when you're solidly in the middle of it? Literally, all we would have to do is, between the two countries, invade from either side and just work our way into the middle of the country. And then you add on top of that we already have China. We already have anyone in NATO. All of the people that would be like, okay, it would be such concentrated attacks.
Yeah.
On one country. It wouldn't even be spread out over, okay, well, yeah, we have to worry about over here and over here and over here. Like, what are you thinking? It's just dumb all the way around. Why would you be trying to incite hate speech between them? And as a company, why would you feel good supporting something like this? This would be like putting up the Confederation flag for sale, which, in case anyone's wondering, is yes, hugely offensive,
It
or
is
offensive.
offensive.
It's offensive and
I'm in.
offensive.
I'm offended.
English is our first and only language, and yet so bad are we at it. But to me, that should have been, especially, even had they just done the tiny little step of saying, okay, those particular items are only sold on the American site and not the Canadian site,
Yeah.
then I would have been happy with it. Like, not even, I'm not happy about the fact that, oh yeah, here they are buying it and selling it. That part sucks, but at least they're targeting the country that is, hey, here we go, versus,
Yeah.
hey, let's go sell these to the Canadians. No.
So Amazon is owned and run by Jeff Bezos.
Mm-hmm.
Huge cabillionaire, part of that
Cabal. We'll call them the cabal.
The cabal, yeah. So Amazon chooses to sell what to Canadians is offensive material.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you heard, they actually had to shut down the comment section for reviews because Canadians were like fucking blasting them.
No, I hadn't
Oh,
heard
yeah.
about that.
So
Good.
now, like I said, my husband, the man loves a good bargain. He's not cheap. He just loves a good bargain.
It makes you feel good.
So he shops on Temu. And I've heard people say, I'll never shop on Temu because the guy that owns it is a millionaire. Well, let me tell you something. I was on Temu the other day. My cousin Gladys likes to shop through me. I love you, Gladys. I was on Temu the other day, and my mom wanted some pants, so I was looking in the women's clothing, and do you know what Temu had?
Did they have the hate speech too?
No.
Oh, did they have a Canadian
the
version?
opposite.
Oh.
They had T-shirts that said, "Back off, Canada is not for sale."
Yes.
So
Why
think
is
about that. Where's Temu in? China.
Oh, is that where that's from? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. So the Chinese get it. So now, for me, like I showed Norton this. I'm like, look at it. And he's like, that's awesome. I'm like, yeah. I go, okay. Like normally you're gonna go on Temu and look for the $5 T-shirt type thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the fuck off, Canada's not for sale T-shirts are 100% cotton, Canadian made, sold by a Canadian retailer. So they come from Canada. So they are like $22. But you know what?
You're supporting Canadian.
I would buy that T-shirt at $22 because that is a belief that I would proudly wear on my chest.
And
Now, we're a border town. We border the state of Michigan. Like literally could walk to the state of Michigan across the bridge. We are a border town, and I have reservations about going into the US now.
Oh yeah, I was going to say I have no plans now. Where is the hell is the name of the stupid app? I think if I'm reading it right, there's an app now, and I think it's called Shop Canadian app where you can now go into grocery stores or to any store, you scan the barcode, and it tells you how Canadian it is. So it goes by Maple Leafs because Canadian. And if it's five Maple Leafs, then it's like 100% made in Canada, made here, produced here, sold here, everything here. If it's like 3, then it's mostly Canadian, mixed in with some help from some others, which would basically be most of our automotive. And then like if it's 1 Maple Leaf, then it's okay, not Canadian, it's somewhere else kind of thing. And I think it's going to be our way of essentially undoing the American economy because, well, yes, we may not be the biggest piece of it. When you add everyone in the world to it, it's going to make a difference because I think I told you the other day, people around the world are making the call to say, stop buying American goods.
Yeah.
Look at what you're buying. Buy Canadian to help support them or buy locally.
So I did not vote for Justin Trudeau. That is not the party that I support, and no, I do not support the PCs either. But I have to commend him, even though he has stepped down and we are currently looking for a new prime minister. I have to commend him. I saw an interview with him on CBC News where he was talking about sitting down with Trump along with the president of Mexico because of the I don't know what they call it now, but it used to be NAFTA between the 3 countries.
Yeah, before Trump went and fucked that up.
Yeah. He was saying that the tariffs that Trump is imposing on Canada for things like steel, minerals, and energy are going to affect the American economy so bad because now Canada is not going to be giving those products to the US. Now, car manufacturers, canning facilities, they all use Canadian aluminum.
Yep.
They all use Canadian steel. Y'all are fucked.
Well,
because it's no longer going to be coming into the US, and watch how fast their grocery bills rise and their unemployment gets even higher because now these small companies that depended on stuff from Canada or Mexico are not getting that anymore. They're going to have to cut back work hours because they don't have the parts they need to continue making what they make. It's such a
clusterfuck.
Well, I was gonna say a sea full of jellyfish.
Ooh, yeah.
Because he's swimming in it and he's gonna get stung so many times.
Well, I mean, think about.
I don't think he realizes the depth of horror that is about to be ensued on his nation.
Well, he thinks very much his focus is as a businessman. You can't run a country like it's a business because you don't have the same options. There's aren't the same get out of jail free cards, so to speak. You can't do the same kind of things. If you do, you become a dictator. Like, if you want to be a CEO, that's different. You go be a CEO because you can aggressively take over other businesses. That's part of the point of it. You do that with a country and you start wars. And it's like he's not seeing that comparison.
Russia, Ukraine.
And yet the Americans were like, that's not right. But I was going to say, like, even look at things like gas and lumber. We provide, the gas alone, we provide 61.4% of the oil for the states. That is over half. We provide almost 2/3 of your oil supply. Do you know how much you guys will start seeing gas prices like what we have to pay? Congratulations on that. Have fun, because let me tell you, it sucks.
Yeah, because when we pay, what is gas yesterday was $1.49 a liter.
A liter. Yep.
There's what, 4 liters in a gallon?
I think about that, yeah.
Think about that, friends. You bitch and complain because your gas is $3 and change a gallon. Wait till it hits $8 a gallon. Feel our pain, because that's pretty much almost what we pay.
Yeah, because I was going to say yesterday's price would have been roughly about the same. Like if it's actually for, I can never remember the goddamn conversions. Switch to metric,
either.
goddamn it! Switch to metric like the rest of the goddamn world. Jesus, makes things so much easier if we all use the exact same measurements. So that way, then we'd be like, there we go. Instead gallons, we're like, okay, hold on. I still remember the mildly useless information of number one. This part of your finger is 1 inch, which is 2.54 centimeters, because 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. Why I remember that from grade 5 math class is beyond me, but that is the only conversion that stuck. All the rest went and left. There's like that music guy from that you and Renee used to share all the time.
Fetus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be singing that all day.
Yeah.
Yes.
My cousin Billy, who lives in Livonia, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
We chat via text message, and he not a Trump supporter. He's like, good God, what is happening to my country? We were talking a couple days before Super Bowl, and I laughed and I said, could you imagine if Canada shut off the power halfway through the Super Bowl?
I wanted that to happen so badly.
And this is what he said to me, and this will show the naivety of most Americans. He's like, oh, well, that would just mean the people in upper Michigan and part of Wisconsin wouldn't see the Super Bowl.
It would affect more entire states.
Billy, do you know Canada sends energy to?
Honestly, because
it's all of the eastern starboard, all of the eastern states.
Mm-hmm.
All of the eastern states, literally, like if you cut down Windsor, where we are, and go straight down, that's all up to Florida. And then Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, and those states up that run the Canadian border.
Yeah.
Son, Billy, my darling, darling cousin, Canada supplies the U.S. with over 58% of the energy used. Now imagine we just flick the switch off.
Mm-hmm.
Because your president wants to impose tariffs. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. So,
and I was going to say, before I forget, I actually just downloaded the app. This is the Shop Canadian app that is now available. So it's even got a little beaver on it, because why not? And that's how it's literally like you just scan the things and then it shows you if it's Canadian, not Canadian.
So let me elaborate on your little app. My husband, likes to use Instacart. So we were talking about what I was going to make for dinner today. We decided on chicken fajitas, and I'm like, dude, I literally have nothing but the chicken.
I know that feeling.
He's like, I'll put in an Instacart order. Our Instacart person was of Middle Eastern descent. And I don't know if anybody has used Instacart before, but you can talk to your shopper as they're shopping.
I was just going to say, I heard about that.
Well, he got to the store, and he said to my husband via message, would you like me to use the Shop Canadian app?
That, I literally just got chills from that. That makes
so
sense.
100% from Leamington.
Yeah.
So normally where I would buy me or Old El Paso or the Mi Casita tortillas.
Oh, all right. Selections is Canadian, yes.
These are made in Montreal. 100%. So it's not just the small consumer that's taken into consideration by Canadian. When you have an Instacart shopper who obviously was not born here, ask you if you would like him to use the Shop Canadian app so that every product you buy, you know, comes from Canada. How do you say no to that, right?
Like, that makes me proud as a Canadian. Like, so I looked at some of the comments too in the Shop Canadian clip that I was looking to see the app for, and I had to laugh because the very first one is an American going, "Oh yeah, gee, you guys are so petty." I'm like, okay, yes, but this is what cripples economies. If we switch, because I mean, I won't lie, until now, I've never paid attention because I've never cared. It's always been go with whatever's cheapest. Now,
Yeah.
which 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to lie, a lot of things from the States tend to be the cheaper stuff just because of, I mean, the frickin' mass production they can pump out. Don't get me wrong. But now I am willing to pay the couple extra bucks to go, you know what? My grocery bill might go up. I truly do not care. Or it might go down because I won't buy any of the junk food that's from America anymore. So it'll just be sitting around, okay, well, I'm only going to go Canadian, which means you buy PC, you buy selections, you grab, I mean, anything in Giant Tiger that's made by Giant Tiger, because, and for any Americans hearing, Giant Tiger is, it's another value store. It's kind of like Walmart, but smaller.
I bought this sweater at Giant Tiger. This is my house sweater. I don't wear it out of the house. This is my house sweater. And I paid $5 for it.
That's why I love Giant Tiger so much. And they are a Canadian company. They are only available here.
And I've had this sweater for, I want to say 6 years. It washes like a dish rag. It has no holes in it.
Mm-hmm. The stuff that they get in, like that's where I've gotten basically most of my lesbian wear, aka the plaid that I have. But they're so comfy and they last so long. You almost spit your coffee.
Tea and yes.
Right out the nose.
So here's a great example of the tariffs, and it's just, now my husband and I are going to Scotland in June. So we've just finalized like booking our trip, our flights, hotel rooms, because we're going a day early and a day late from our tour. Car rental, because we got to drive to Toronto because I'm not flying from the US.
Nope.
So when we started doing everything, because Scotland is not part of the
EU, European Union.
EU. Yeah, they don't use the euro. They still use the pounds, the sterling pound or pound sterling, however you want to put it. So when we booked our trip, I said to my husband, we should start buying pounds, like a little each week. He's like, yeah, we'll do that. The first bunch of pounds that we bought at $1.29 Canadian.
It's not horrible.
So we got £1 for $1.29 Canadian. Turn up, started talking tariffs and buying Greenland and taking over Canada. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but the pound sterling is now $1.78 Canadian.
Jesus.
Thanks, asshole. like you literally just doubled the cost of my trip of a lifetime.
It's a good thing you paid off that house.
Fuck right.
You might need a new mortgage on it.
I was so pissed off because it literally happened in a matter of days.
Yep.
Days. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So where we convert our money is the train station.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was there, I'm like, well, like, what the fuck happened, right? And the lady looks at me and she's like,
turnip.
She goes, the Canadian dollar is tanking so bad right now. Like, I think $1 is worth $1.48 Canadian.
I literally just
I'm
had
trying
this
to
up
remember what Phil told me last week because my son-in-law works in the U.S. He's a nurse. He's helping. Don't come at him.
Let me look at it. So for $1 American, it's $1.43 Canadian.
Jesus Christ. So yeah.
And on that depressing note, I think we'll bring our our hate speech to an end.
It's going to take me a while to support Amazon again, to be honest with you.
I mean, my purchasing on it has come down considerably just because it's I don't want to support them completely. I mean, there's still things that I will buy from them, but for the most part, I'm going to try my best to stay Canadian. And I would hope that they would take down, at the very least, just put the divide between the American TikTok and Canadian.
Yeah.
Take the hate speech off the Canadian one, shove it over on the American side. They can have it. Support Temu with their fuck off, we're not for sale.
Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, you name it.
I love it. Sticker right on the forehead.
Just all you have to do is when you go onto Temu's website, in the little search bar, type in Canada wear. Canada wear. They have a whole category. It's a beautiful thing. Or 100% cotton t-shirts. It'll pop up that way too.
Did I put in here? Oh, there you go. I should add that in there. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, as we go through, I always do the hashtags. I'm like, this is it. Yes, there we go. We should add in support Canada.
Support local, support Canadian.
Shop Canadian. Oop, that's not how you spell Canadian. There we go. So yes, I think that'll bring this ethical question to the close of, do we think companies should support the hate speech, specifically when it comes to, if it's just something stupid like, oh, hey, I hate this TV show and you're saying that you hate it, fine. It's not going to cause a war or an uprising. something that is big enough that it could actually cause harm like this,
Yeah.
I think you should take down just because it incites both sides.
Yeah, because he did say that if Canada wasn't willing to
Mhm.
relent, that he would turn to physical
Yep.
action to take our country. Like, proud to be a Canadian. Plan to stay that way.
Yeah. Never do we want to be American, only Canadian.
I'm
I just
pretty
now
sure there's some Americans out there that want to be
oh,
Canadian now.
I was going to say so many of the comments on this Shop Canadian um, reel literally had Americans, Australians, Germans, British, all of them saying, "We want this app because we want to buy Canadian." Yeah.
Canada is now part of that whole Commonwealth, right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, we've always been Commonwealth. It's just we're part of the hashtag.
The hashtag Commonwealth. Sorry, I should have specified.
I was
Yes,
going to say,
we've
let's be
always been
honest.
Commonwealth. We are a
Let's be
sovereign
honest.
nation.
We know that the what's that called? The educational system in certain areas is lacking. So they would have been like, "Oh, you guys just joined?"
Yeah. Sent in our membership fees.
It's like Costco.
Oh, by the way, the USA owes Canada Canada over $380 billion. Now Canada owes the US 200 and some odd billion dollars, but they still owe us more. We should have to collect.
I was just going to say, I think we should collect that difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, seriously, we bring it to a close
All
now
right.
because we need to be able to post this on TikTok.
Okie dokie. Thank you. Let us know what you guys think about hate speech on Amazon.
Yes.
Fellow Canadians.
Ooh, go Canada.